Jersey club type beats are popping right now. Uzi just made a song called Just Wanna Rock, and I've been bumping that since day one. It is a banger, absolute banger. The beat is freaking amazing. It makes you just want to shake ass, let's be honest. I mean, I was throwing it back, you feel me? So anyways, we're gonna be making a type beat like this. What's going on, you guys? It's Voltic back here once again with another tutorial, and today we're gonna be making a Jersey club type beat.
Hey yo, Voltic here to kill it.
Before we get started, I just want to tell you guys that I love you, and let's get into the tutorial. Alrighty, so first things first, the sample. I used Aaron E's sample, so beautiful. I pitched it down 6 semitones, and it sounds like this. And so beautiful. I didn't really do a lot for the intro. This is kind of just like a demo kind of track. I really focused on the drop mainly, but I just made the beat. Then I added this respace right here. I just opened a serum and I made myself a respace. Let's just make a quick respace. Why not? I'll show you guys how I did it. All you have to do is open serum, okay? Turn on your first oscillator, obviously. Make it 8 unison. Make sure there's 8 voices. The voices, there needs to be 8 of them. The voices are here. Anyways, detune them just slightly, just a slight detune, kind of get a phase effect with them. Then slap a filter on them, cut out, 1600 hertz area so you can get that crunchiness. Make sure you put it to mono, make sure it slides, and then distort it. Pretty heavy distortion, tube 80%, 90% distortion. So what I did on the track here is I cut out all of the disgusting highs, boosted a little bit of the bass, then add a chorus and cut a little bit out of the chorus. Made it about 75%-ish. So shout out to the respace. This is how it sounds like. And that's really all I did for the intro. So now we're gonna get to the juicy, this is what y'all were waiting for, the drop. Fundamentals of this type of beats. Number 1, bounce. There has to be ass shaking, booty clapping. I don't care if you're a dude or if you got some girl shaking ass, man. I don't care if you're a dude, you gotta be bouncing to this. So how do we do that? Well, bass. If the bass is bumping, then we're bumping. If the bass ain't bumping, we're not bumping. It's just how it is. Kick needs to hit really hard and the bass needs to just blow the speakers because that's what makes you. It has to be this club vibe. So let's play around with it. I took the sample and put it into Fruity Slicer right here, pitched it down a little bit. So we got the same, semitone range as the sample. Here's how the chop sounds like. A cool tip for this, if you're slicing up a sample or if you're making your own sample, just do whatever sounds good, to be honest. I can't really tell you how to chop stuff up. What I can tell you though, regardless if you're doing your own sample or chopping something up like I'm doing, make sure that you have a repetitive pattern and it's catchy. If you have those two, then you'll get the club bouncing. So we have this element of catchiness and has a little bit of a repetition to it and makes it really unique and vibey. What I did here, I just did something that caught my ear, make sure it's catchy. If it doesn't have those two, then what are you doing? Now, what I did here is I took the sample, slapped some reverb on it, and I got this little reverb tail to go into the sample. Yeah, like how the freak did you do that? I opened Edison and then I played the sample with reverb. So I got into the little chop, put some reverb on it like this, kind of made it pretty wet. And then I recorded it into Edison. So you do this little tail and I see that I recorded that little reverb tail in Edison, drag it in, reverse it. Little tip for you. That's a really cool effect. Then I slapped it right here again, kind of to build up. And here is the drop. Important elements is this thing, little bed squeak. It's kind of notorious for this kind of style. I just looked it up on YouTube and then just converted it to MP3, then repeated it. It's incredible. It really adds to it. We have 2 parts of the drop. We have the little beginning here that's not really super duper hype, and then we have the second part right here. It's a banger. It's bouncy. I really love it. So we're gonna look at the drums real quick. So here are the drums. Make sure you have this drum pattern of this little boom, 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 boom. So it'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 3. That's kind of the drum pattern, kind of like when drill has a snare later in the pattern, kind of like that thing where you have this similar kick pattern. And with all the percussion, if you want, you can add a lot of percussion. You don't really need to though, but here's what everything sounds like. Make sure when you add percussion, make sure it's really tight, or else it kind of would just sound really dragged off, and you don't want it to sound too open. You want it to sound really tight. And when I did that was with the snap right here, I put it on the little clap, clap, like a little clap. Clap. And then I added this perk. Sounds like a video game perk. And then this little thing, so I'll put that here. Tap, tap, tap. And then we had this little tom thing. I don't know, it's pretty cool. It gives pretty good stereo separation. And there's little other things you can hear, like this little like metal hitting thing. It's hitting on the kick, so it gives the kick a little bit of high end to it. And I thought it was pretty cool. And then we have a little layer of the kick that I did for more high end. And actually what I'm gonna do right now is I'm actually gonna take the lows out of it. So I'm gonna go to 20 hertz, cut the lows a little bit. It plays with the kick because it gives that little high end. Really like it. You're probably like, what's this fruity bounce? Sidechain. My favorite ever thing in the world of producing is fucking sidechain because it gives it room. Even though I'm still clipping, yes, you do technically clip. I am clipping for sure. That's what makes it really, really punchy. And that's just the style. So I still added the sidechain for the bass. So we got the little sub bass here. And also plays with this little like thing I had, and I pitched it down. And what I did to the sub bass is just distorted the freak out of it and bumped the very, very low end, took a little bit of the moneyness out and took the high end out. Yeah, so that's what makes it really I also have the chop into the sidechain. It gives it a little bit more of a bounce. Make sure to have your sidechain a little bit tight because, you know, you don't want it to be dragged out too long. You want that punchiness, and it just makes the kick punch a little more. And then we have the second part of the drop, which is this guy. So there's some things I changed here. First of all, I added a gross beat right here to kind of enhance the hype. Added a little trance gate here. Really cool. You can do whatever gate you want. You can do the half gate, which sounds really cool too. And I just didn't put the mix all the way up because I wanted to give it that bounce, but I didn't want to put it too harsh. Which it sounds pretty good still with 100% mix. I'll play it for you. It still sounds pretty good. I just didn't want it to be too choppy because that's just my personal taste. And I really like this trance gate right here that we had on Gross Beat. Gross Beat's not free, so make sure you export it. I haven't exported mine yet, but export it for sure because if you don't have Gross Beat, just export it, you'll be chilling. And we also have a different bass pattern. I decided to elongate my bass, but in a different key and also pitch down a lot. So mine was an E and it was like boom, 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 going with the kick. But mine now, my new one, it's all the way down to B and it's a lot longer. So it kind of enhances the little like boom, 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 boom. Because you want that instant sub bass gratification. That's pretty much it. And then I added obviously the exact same sidechain. And then obviously add this. So cool. That's so much. And then I added my own little vocal. It sounds cringe by itself, but it sounds kind of cool with everything. Adds a little bit more hype. You can do something like this with like a vocal sample. Uzi did it when he said, I just want to rap, rap, rap. I just want to rap, rap. Putting those ad-libs in gives it that bouncy vibe. And also he was like, boom, boom, boom. Just to enhance the bounce. Super cool. So I just recorded a vocal sample and pitched it down a little bit. Added some effects, compressed my voice, cut the lows, you know, kind of the basic vocal mixing, and enhanced my high end a little bit. And then delay, you know, I didn't go crazy on the delay. Did this ping pong stereo delay just to give it a little bit more of a stereo feel. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And I just repeated that, and I didn't really do much at the end as well. I kind of just put the sample back. That's pretty much it. And then all I did was just stop it here, kind of gave us a little bit of a rest. And so it sounds like this. Then I did a little reverse of that little reverb tail that we made and took the same sample, reversed it again, so it sounded like this little transition effect. Still kind of clicking, so what I'm gonna do is go to bleeding in the sample, go to generic. So what I'm gonna do is make sure I get the tail. There we go. perfect. So what I did there, if you guys can just see what I did, the sample used to be like this, you know, it was clicking. So what I did is I toggled the little bleed effect. So kind of just trimmed it a little bit, little producer hack, kind of trimmed it so that you get that little fade effect from the decking mode. So, and I put generic bleeding so it's not too crazy effects. So they kind of crossfade in with each other without hearing that clicking. And then I ended it with the sample. I'm actually going to put some respace here, probably like right here or something. I don't really know. Shoot. Yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Honestly, it was kind of more of a short tutorial. I think that the biggest thing in this is to have booming bass, to have that bounce, and to, you know, have that energy when it comes to making stuff like this. Make sure that your kick is also pretty loud too. I don't know if I mentioned that. So we can punch through the mix. Super, super dope style. I love the style so much. I was bumping Uzi's song and I just wanted to make a beat like this. So without further ado, that's pretty much it for the tutorial. I do want to mention though that No Agony gives free loops. Guys, check out our channel. Every Sunday, there's a new loop pack with incredible loops, super high quality loops. Make sure you guys go check that out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions in the tutorial, please comment down below. We will answer to any questions that you have, any concerns, comments, just any regular things, we will reply. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys make it banger with this new incredible style. I love it. It's one of my favorite styles right now. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and we'll see you at the next tutorial.